Good morning. I'm Dr. Michele Morissette, your local certified animal chiropractor. And today I'm going to talk about longevity for your pet. So the first thing you need to know before you talk about longevity is we got to start from the beginning. As you know, when a woman gets pregnant, when a female gets pregnant, I should say, that two cells become one cell. That one cell divides into 2 and 4 and 8 and so on and so forth, and pretty soon it becomes like a mulberry. They actually call it the mulberry stage. And after that stage, the cells start to become different. They what we call differentiate. So one cell will become a different organ, and the first organ that gets formed, you probably guess would be the heart, but it's actually not. The first organs to be formed is the brain and the spinal cord. And from there, the brain and the spinal cord branch out nerves, and at the end of the nerves grow the organs. So it's kind of like a tree. When you plant a tree, you're going to have a trunk and branches, and then leaves and fruits come after. So same thing. So the nerves control each and every organ in the body. Okay, so if we're looking at the spine here, we can see this would be the front of your spine. So you can see the vertebrae and the disc here. The nerves come out in a hole between each vertebrae. And this is the back, so the bumps that you're feeling in your back. Okay? So what can happen, I'll show you in bigger here, is that sometimes a vertebrae gets stuck in one position, and you see what happens? So that puts pressure on the nerves. And what happens is that nerve will not fire the way it's supposed to. So a nerve fires electrical energy. So it's microvoltage, obviously. It's not kilovoltage, because you'd get electrocuted, right? But you can imagine what happens if there's a little too much or a little too little. So imagine plugging your toaster and you get too much electricity and you get a short circuit, or you don't get enough and it's not working, right? Same thing happens to the organs. So as a chiropractor, what we do is we remove those areas that are not moving the way they should. We put motion back in it and allow the nerves to free themselves so that the organs will function properly. So what's important is to have your pets checked on a regular basis, because you never know when these happen. Some of them are painful, some of them are not. Because there are 3 types of nerves that come out between each one of these vertebrae. Each nerve contains about 300,000 nerve fibers. So 1/3 are sensory nerves. Those are the ones that will cause pain. 1/3 are motor nerve. They're the ones that cause movement. So a lack of movement or something if you're having pressure on that nerve. And the 3rd one are the trophic nerves. So the trophic nerves are very important because they are the ones that are responsible for regenerating cells in the body. So if those nerves are not working properly, you cannot regenerate. Like you've probably heard that when you exfoliate your skin, you've got, millions of dead cells that are coming off. Well, obviously some new ones will regenerate, otherwise your skin would get thinner and thinner, and pretty soon you wouldn't have any skin, right? So your body regenerates each and every organ in the same way in the body. So your heart gets regenerated regularly, your lungs get regenerated, your stomach, your intestines, etc., etc. So it's very important that those nerves will get also freed from pressure, okay? So chiropractic is not only for pain. And the other thing that you need to know is that a subluxation doesn't always cause pain. So sometimes you might have a subluxation that's got pressure on the motor nerve, and then something is not going to work properly, or you have pressure on the trophic nerve and the organ is not regenerating properly, but you're not necessarily going to feel pain. So your pet may not exhibit any signs of having a problem with the spine or a vertebrae that's not moving the way it should. That's why you need a professional like me, a certified animal chiropractor, in order to find out if your animal needs an adjustment. So if you'd like more information, please give me a call at 561-788-1448. Thank you for watching.